Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Gabriel. I'm a senior product manager here at Atlassian, focusing on our customer service offering. I'm so excited to be joined on stage by Shimon Kikla, who's the head of product for platform and DevOps at Deliveroo. Today, we're going to see some of the innovative ways that Deliveroo are supporting restaurant partners with Jira and the great results that they've seen from bringing developers closer to customers. After that, I'll give you a brief look at some of the new features that we have coming in Jira Service Management to help you to do the same thing. Once we're finished, please come and continue the conversation. We'll both be over at the Jira Service Management booth, and we'd love to keep talking to you. Before we start, I have a question for all of you. With a show of hands, how many of you knew before today that you could use Jira for customer service? That's pretty good. I'd say that's about 3/4. Fantastic. And how many of you are actually using Jira for customer service? That's really good. That's half. Fantastic. Great crowd. Well, if that is you, you are part of a growing trend that we are seeing more and more of. In fact, more than 12,000 companies today are using Jira for customer service. They choose to unite teams across support, development, operations, and beyond around the single thing that I think we can all agree matters most: your customer. And they're doing it with the flexibility and the power of the Jira platform. Development and operations have had a long history of working well together. And at Atlassian, we've been really proud to be a part of that journey. And now that includes support as well. Now, one of the most innovative and successful examples of this that I've seen has been Deliveroo. I have been endlessly impressed with how, with Shimon's leadership, they've managed to bring teams together around the customer. And I think the results, as you'll see, speak for themselves. I'm so excited that we can share that story with you today. So without any more ado, I'll pass over to Shimon to tell the story of how Deliveroo are supporting more than 160,000 restaurant partners with Jira Service Management.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Gabriel. Welcome, everyone. My name is Shimon Kikla, and I'm going to walk you through our Deliveroo journey. So just like the rest of our business, I'm extremely passionate about our mission, which is to connect people, businesses, and communities through a shared love of foods. So who are Deliveroo? We are a food and groceries delivery business based out of London. We've been around for about 10 years, and we operate across 10 busy markets in Europe and in Asia. As Gabe mentioned, last year, or at this point, we connect over 160,000 of restaurants with hungry consumers. And last year alone, we delivered nearly 300 million of orders, so pretty significant numbers. Atlassian has been with us on this journey for a number of years now. It is our primary system of work. We use Confluence as a knowledge management tool, where we keep our documentation and wikis. We manage all of our development activities in Jira Clouds, including products roadmap planning. And we've been using Jira Service Management as an internal platform to provide services to our employees across different offices. About a couple of years ago, we decided to experiment with Jira Service Management being that external platform to start providing support. And that's the experiment that I want to tell you in more details. So the experiment originated within a team that I manage, which is restaurant integrations and product delivery. And as the name indicates, we are responsible for onboarding large enterprise restaurant partners onto the platform through the suite of APIs that we built. We then deliver new products and new features to our partners. We provide live support across all of our production environments, and we also measure technical success of our partners. So within the team, we concluded that we faced the ultimate challenge of separation between technical teams of Deliveroo and technical teams of our partners. Just imagine for a second the following scenario. We're in London, it's Friday evening, perhaps the weather isn't so great, and Deliveroo app is getting really busy. Should there be any technical issue with one of our integrations, we're talking about impacting hundreds, if not thousands of orders, so a lot of unhappy consumers. In such case, we needed to act really fast and work in organized fashion to solve the problem. So knowing that ultimate challenge, we then formulated a bunch of problems that we want to address through Jira Service Management. Firstly, support sprawl. our partners would be requesting our help using multiple of different means, like email, Slack, phone calls, word of mouth, etc. That's resulted in a very fragmented landscape where tracking progress or sharing updates was really time-consuming. Secondly, we also dealt with poor visibility. So managing multiple intake points means that putting together a single prioritization matrix is really, really challenging. And then thirdly, we knew about customer separation because there's the feedback that we would receive from our partners. They quite often needed to rely on a middleman like operations team or account management team to request our support because they were simply lacking the clarity in terms of the tooling they should be using to get in touch with us. So with that in mind, we drafted or formulated this solution that we wanted to achieve. And I can summarize it as a single unified support platform where technical teams of Deliveroo and technical teams of our partners could effectively collaborate together. So knowing that vision, we then started building it. And we started by setting up a single help center. In order to do that, we spun up a new Jira Service Management project, and we opened that project to external audiences, while keeping all remaining projects securely locked for the use of our internal employees. We then used Atlassian Portal to expose this project to external worlds so that our partners could create accounts, log in, and then submit their queries. And that identification process was really important because we wanted to track trends over time, and I'll come back to this point in a moment. And then thirdly, we also built a number of different request types. So we would separate incidents and non-incidents using groups, and within non-incidents, we would have a number of different forms collecting things like new integration requests, service activation or deactivation, product idea submission, or perhaps documentation feedback. Once all of this was done, we then focused on building this intelligent routing within the Jira Service Management settings. So having multiple request types allowed us to then spin up multiple queues. So immediately we started filtering and sorting all sorts of tickets, which gave us visibility in terms of how many incidents we needed to address and how many other requests would come later. We also explore automations. Currently we run over 20 automations, I believe. We started with really simple ones, like automated assignments of certain tickets to certain agents. Our use cases would include, say, a partner organization have a dedicated team. That team would automatically get all the tickets coming from that organization. Also, when we are launching a new product line, we would have a subject matter expert being assigned automatically to all the tickets coming around that new product line. And there's more that we can be covering later. Let's for a second talk about SLAs. So before Jira Service Management, it was quite difficult for us to offer SLAs to partners and then track our performance against those SLAs. Now, with the platform and with the three variables that we knew, which was the volume of tickets, the average resolution time per ticket, and number of available agents, we could calculate the SLAs that we are comfortable offering to the partners. We then use this information to compare ourselves against industry standards, and we could make correct staffing decisions to ensure that we would always have the right number of agents supporting our partners. Two SLAs that we offered included time to first response and time to resolution. Now, those SLAs required quite strong collaboration between service provider and service receiver. Say your ticket might be missing logs, or maybe it's missing reproduction steps. Should that be the case, we would use another automation to automatically ping our partners so that we would avoid having stale tickets. Let's talk for a second about collaboration, and I'll come back to the point of having multiple request types. This allowed us to have multiple queues, and this in turn allowed us to have multiple workflows. And we did it because we wanted to have more than one triage center across the business. This allowed us to bring development teams from across the business closer together so we could collaborate on triaging necessary tickets. And should there be a need to hand over a ticket from the integrations team to, say, back-end management development team, changing the ownership is as simple as just changing an assignee from person A to person B. The feedback that we got from within the business was that we improved the DevX, so development experience, because our developers could just remain within single environments. There was no context switching in terms of tooling, which improved their lives. So let's come back to tracking trends. 3 developer insights that we were interested in analyzing were, first, API performance. So the question was, were all of our APIs performing at the same level, or perhaps some were underperforming compared to others? Being able to collect tickets per API and then analyze trends over time gave us that understanding. Secondly, we also knew that we wanted to improve our documentations, but we didn't quite know where to start. And again, being able to collect all the feedback tickets around documentations pointed us to the right direction. And then thirdly, we also wanted to know what else we should be building for our partners. I suppose that's the most important element. And again, being able to have this single center where all product ideas and feature requests can be collected helped us to make informed decisions in terms of managing our roadmap. So, if I were to summarize our experiment, I would say that we moved from the world where our prioritization was imperfect and quite often manual. Also, we knew that investigation and therefore resolution was quite inefficient because we were connecting the dots rather than focusing on providing technical solutions. And then thirdly, CSAT was known to us, so the customer satisfaction, that was only known to us anecdotally. The new world we moved into through Jira Service Management allowed us to offer SLAs to our partners, track our adherence against those SLAs, and therefore manage our staffing correctly. We also improved our efficiency by about 30% year on year, and that's mainly due to automation, so that's a really powerful area worth exploring. And then thirdly, the CSAT measurements today happens on a daily basis through all the closed tickets that we see, and I'm really happy to see my team scoring high 90s month on month. So it's been a successful experiment for us, and it's been the primary external support platform ever since. If I were to leave you with 3 tips or takeaways, I'd say the following. Launch fast. You can agree on metadata internally, spin up the project, and expose it through the portal within hours. You don't need days or weeks. You can do it quickly, and you can iterate as you start learning what the partners are saying about the experience. Secondly, you are going to improve your efficiency if you invest time in understanding automations. There's plenty of out-of-the-box automations. You can also build your custom ones. It's really worth it. And then thirdly, you are going to hear positive feedback from within your business if you allow support and development to collaborate within single environments, because there is no need for them to change tooling or context switching in this sense. So thank you, Gabriel, for all the support provided through the journey, and over to you.
Thank you so much, Shimon. It is so great to see the journey that Deliveroo have gone on here. Look, I think Shimon's team's the innovators here, and the power of this approach is showing in their results. We see it as our mission to empower every single organization to realize this value and to unite their teams across support and development and operations and beyond around their customers for exceptional business outcomes and exceptional customer outcomes. The Atlassian platform has a rich set of capabilities already for customer service, particularly in Jira Service Management. Those include the customizable help center. We have rich customer profiles that we introduced last year, powerful workflows and automations, developer escalations, AI that accelerates support, and much more. But I want to talk very quickly about 3 features that so many of you have been asking us for and that are either here already or are coming very soon. Firstly, you can now track the products and services that your customers are entitled to. When you have product entitlements set up, customers asking for help will be able to select which product or service they need help with, selecting only from a list of those that they are entitled to. You can use those entitlement details to send work to the right queues or to set SLAs. So for example, you can set a shorter SLA for your customers with a top-tier entitlement plan. You also give agents full context of all of the products and services that your customers use so that they can provide even better support. Products and entitlements are available now across all editions of Jira Service Management, and we will have APIs coming very soon so you can sync this data in directly from wherever your source of truth is. Secondly, and yes, this is a big one, with multiple help centers, you will be able to have a dedicated external help center. In fact, you can even have multiple. So you can set up one help center for your B2B customers and another one for your B2C customers, for example. You can control the branding independently, so you can match your brand to exactly the customer that you're trying to serve. We will have more and more features coming over the coming months. This will be rolled out over the next 3 months or so to all of our premium and enterprise customers, and we're going to follow it up with things like audience control and the ability to curate particular help sources on different help centers. So we're really excited about that one, and we know that's been a big one for a lot of you. Finally, organization domain association means you can automatically add customers to the right organizations based on their email domains. This means that they can automatically be added to all of the projects that they needed to get help, and it gives your agents more context about who that customer is and what organization they're a part of. This will be coming in May to all editions of Jira Service Management. These are just some of the ways that we are helping you to bring all of your teams together around the customer. We believe that uniting teams is the way towards superior business outcomes and superior customer outcomes. And we think that Deliveroo's story has been such a good example of what that means. You can expect to hear a lot more from us soon. This is a really, really important mission for us. Thank you so much for being here with us.